Pluto is the god of hell and the underworld. You know, Pluto has to do with deep transformation, with the elemental forces of nature, volcanic forces, and Pluto represents the by transit. Michael Jackson's north node of the moon, and the north node has to do with where our soul wants to go, with the emergence of something new. It's like because Michael Jackson, he knew what he wanted to do. He had this ambition to put out the best-selling record of all time, and he had a vision of what music he wanted to do. When Pluto was conjunct his north node, that's a lot of power that he knew how to use. It just surged through him, and Thriller came out. His life transformed. He came out with Off the Wall, with Thriller. He showcased the moonwalk. He just became the most famous person on earth. Obviously he became very rich, and he was sort of became like this god. I mean, he was known and worshipped worldwide. Okay, now let's add another layer to the Pluto meeting. You see, Pluto is about transformation for sure, but more precisely, it's about inevitable transformation, which means if you don't go through an inner process, looking at your demons. Remember the god of hell and the underworld. The underworld is a metaphor for our unconscious. So everything that we've buried, in our unconscious mind that we don't want to look at, in Pluto times, they're going to surface. Now, I think that Michael Jackson, had so much power, but was afraid to do the psychological work, or maybe didn't feel that he needed to because he was so successful. And we know that he had an abusive father and a difficult childhood, so he must have carried these deep wounds of just a lot of pain, humiliation, feelings of neglect, maybe anger. So Pluto comes along, hits a sensitive point in his chart, and what happens? He's accused with child molestation, 1993. He settled that case out of court. He paid a huge sum of money to that family to silence the whole affair so he can continue and go on with his life. But you see, if you shove the problems away, they don't go away. Now, fast forward another 10 years, and Pluto arrives at Michael Jackson's natal Saturn, which is on his midheaven. The midheaven is our public persona. It's the cusp of the 10th house. It's our career. It's our mission in the world. And Saturn is the lost. Saturn archetypes are government, the law. It's the principle of reality. It's the brick wall of reality, shall I say. So it's like there's no way to hide anymore. And things have gotten out of control. You gotta yield to the forces of Pluto. And you gotta let those pains, those hurts, surface. You gotta deal with them. If you don't, Pluto is just gonna blow up in your face. I'm sorry that it sounds so gloomy and nightmarish, but it can be. As it was for Michael Jackson. In any case, I'm going to end this here. If you have any comments, please share them. Yeah, and I'll catch you later.